So, times change, technology gets better, blah blah blah. I'm shooting this on the Sony A7IV. I bought this like a year and a half after it came out in February of 2019. If you look at like all the videos like of Japan, all of those are almost all of them were shot on this camera. This camera's been to Japan and London and various places in Texas and things like that. So now, I don't know what the thumbnail would be. Maybe it's just holding the camera, but this is a Sony A7IV. I always get my letters mixed up. But this, I don't think I need a knife. This is this camera came out about like a year and a half ago again, and I was just been putting money aside and was like, I'll probably gonna end up buying one of those eventually. So the first thing I noticed, there's the box it came in, and it does not weigh that much at all, which is a good thing because you want to be lugging this thing around, and it's just gonna be. And the kit that I bought is just the body because I obviously already have E-mount lenses. I have 17 to 35, 17 to 28, 35, 85, 70 to 200, 200 to 600. So like all of these different lenses are all E-mount. USB cable, USB-A to USB-C. I guess you can use it for charging. Oh, pretty nice. I don't know if this is actual. I think it's like pleather or like a vegan leather, whatever you want to call it now. Strap. You can never really have too many straps. You always look around for it. I have 4 of these, so now I have 5 of them. So these are very helpful. The batteries. These batteries run really nicely. They work really well. This is the adapter for that, so I guess you can charge. You can charge on. You can charge with USB-C. You can't charge the battery. I mean, and then that's it. One last thing in the box is the camera itself. The Sony A7IV. I'm going to be saying that a lot. Faster processor, weighs significantly less. Hold on a second. Let me put a battery in. I knew I was going to be getting it today, so I had batteries charged, so it fits in the same way. It feels significantly lighter. Oh, it doesn't have a lens on it either. I'm never going to not have a lens on it. 24 megapixels, 33 megapixels, 4K, 30 frames a second. I want to say it's 6K sampled down to 4K, so you get more. This camera looks really great, like 4 years in. Like it's a 5-year-old camera, like came out in 2018, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 4.5-year-old camera. This thing still looks really great. This is better, it's more. The megapixels that you have a record button on the top instead of having it on the back where you kind of have to look. But you don't really have to look to make sure that you're recording because it has the flippy screen. The flippy screen, having a screen you can see to frame yourself in is night and day. That just having on the side. Of course, I'm going to have it mounted on a tripod or something like that. A lot of times with what I do, I have this small desktop tripod, and I always use these, I don't know how you pronounce it, Ulanzi universal mounts. So I have these on all of my tripods almost, so I can just flip back and forth and move around and not really have to think about what goes where and blah blah blah. So go ahead and put this on. I have the tripod that this camera is mounted on. I have a couple larger tripods. I have this little one. So I just pop it in and lock it, and there. The grip, I always end up having my finger underneath it just because I don't have like giant hands, but this is small. So this will allow you to flip it out, and it turns. So you can actually close it like that to cover it, so you don't want the screen exposed. So I can watch it, I can film something and look down. I can film down and look like this. You don't realize how much it helps, and it just makes the process that much quicker. I can have the camera out. I know that I have myself in frame. Is it recording? No. I can press the button and go. Changes the workflow, has everything that much easier. Enough blah blah blah. I'm gonna put this on a charger and put this is a Tamron 17 to 28 lens, and we'll take a look. So it's significantly different than this. Is the A7IV. The menu system's all new. I knew it was new, on all that stuff's new, so I have to go and relearn it. I know the memory, the menu, because I've used it for so long now. I know I'm like muscle memory almost. I know I just have to click over this and do that or whatever. So that's interesting that I have to go and relearn all of this. But the only problem is I'm going to be looking this way now because the screen is right here. But I can do that, and I can go back like that. And this is a third-party lens. This isn't even Sony glass. What I should do is put my 20 on. I didn't even think about it. I was too excited. I literally just was handed the box by the guy in, by the delivery guy in. This thing looks great. I have a small rig light on it, and a small rig arm system that holds the light and the microphone on this side. So I have the Joby mic. I think I've talked about that before. So I'm just really excited to get started with this. I have so many things that I want to do with this, and I was just making, I knew, okay, today's the day. I was just making my list of all the things that I was going to start making videos with, and it's a new everything. It's a new camera. It feels great, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of fun. It's a pretty big learning curve, I think, which is nice. So that way I can really just, oh, can I do that? Yeah, I can. Yeah, I forgot about that. I can just press so now it's tracking on you can't see it, but it's tracking my eye. I'm not much to look at, but I'm going to be in focus now. That's nice. I don't have to worry about it. A few times recently, I've recorded and then I'll download it to my computer and like getting ready to edit, and then I realize it's just out of focus. Like it's like focused here when my head is here, so everything's just fuzzy enough that you notice it. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can just look and go, wait a second, I'm not in focus, and press it. So it's lighter than I thought it'd be, which is a real plus, because the lenses, for the most part, the lenses, like the Sony glass this Tamron lens is a bit heavy. It's relative, not too bad. But these, like Sony glasses, the 20 f.1.8, I believe, right? Yeah, 1.8. So 20, 1.8. This thing is super light. So putting it on with that, this is at 17 millimeters. That'll be at 20 millimeters. It's not a giant difference. It'll be like to here, I think, approximately. I'm just blah 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 because I'm watching myself on there and everything's set, and it's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to just hammering out a bunch of videos. My long-term goal over the next, because when I bought this, I was like, okay, if I buy this, I'm locked into YouTube for at least another year, which it's not like daunting or scary or anything. It's like, it's what I do anyway. I enjoy it. So my goal from the 24th of October is to try to do 365 videos in the next year with this camera. So all of like bread and haircuts and star lapses and dogs and more unboxing of different things and all that fun stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be great. This thing looks really good. It's recording. I'm recording 4K 30, so I think that's how I wanted everything set up. It's probably good. I'm gonna have to go through a couple of people's videos and look for all my options and make sure that I'm using it the best way I can. But just right out of the box, you saw it come right out of the box and how it's set up, and wow, it looks cool. So it's been 7 days since I got the camera. I've already shot a bunch of stuff. I haven't gotten around to editing a whole bunch. So I started editing the first unboxing video. I'm sitting in the same room without any lights on. Cold front just moved through, so it's really overcast today. So the only light is coming through the diffused cloud light, which is actually, people argue, is really nice, which it kind of is. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, more or less. And I just put on ISO automatic, so I think it's at 4000 ISO, 1/60th of a second. This lens actually can open up wider. Hold on. There we go. So this is wide open. This is f1.8, 1/60th of a second shutter. I don't have a mic on it or anything right now, but look at this. This is fantastic. This camera is... The A7 III was always just like the gold standard for, like, if I really wanted to make a good, like a video that I think was really good or whatever, I wanted to look nice, I'd do it with the A7 III. I just wanted to make a quick video or like do something that's, I don't have to worry about the camera getting dirty or blah, blah, blah. I'll shoot it with the DJIs, which have really great sensors. But this thing, the A7 IV, I'm shooting in a condition where I would not even shoot with an iPhone really, unless I'm just doing like taking a guitar note or something like that. This, I could actually just shoot content and it would look fine. I would be okay with it going out. This thing is fantastic. So a week with it, I've already shot like 1, 2, 3, 4 videos, 4, 5, 6 videos. I've shot at least, one day I shot 2 things. And I shot something yesterday too, so I've shot 8 videos already. 8 full videos on this thing. And it's just rock solid. I have all my batteries for it. I've worn a battery out already. I had to go, now broke it, but then you had to, I burned the whole battery and didn't realize it. Because it just runs, and it runs. I don't have to worry about, oh, well, let me stop at like 28 minutes because it'll stop at 30 anyway. This will run until the battery runs out. And it runs for a long time on the battery. So yeah, bunch of videos will be coming out in the next few days. I think I'm going to try to make it so all of the videos that come out in the next 7 or so days. Actually, if you really want to look at some other stuff, there's 2 time star lapses from the week of the 23rd. That I only shot on this camera, which came out once I figured out how I wanted it to look. They come out really easily, and I don't have to. And this thing charges with USB-C on the side, so I have a dummy battery, and I put the dummy battery in, and it doesn't have a place for the wire to come out. And I was like, oh no, the thing that I love to do, it can't do. But then I realized, oh, plug it into USB-C on the side. It'll run all night. It'll run as long as it's plugged into the wall. It'll take pictures until the camera, either you tell it to stop taking pictures or it runs out of disk space. The A7 III is a workhorse, and it just was never, unless I screwed up, never really had a problem at all. This thing's faster, bigger, takes even higher quality than this one, than the A7 III, the A7 IV does. So I'm just really excited, and the next videos will all be shot with this camera.